What is the single most destructive thing to a product development team? The single most destructive thing. Was it destructive or productive?
Destructive.
Destructive. What did I say?
Destructive first and productive.
Okay. Words are too similar. Okay, what's the single most destructive thing for a product team? Well, the single is quite hard. There's many, many things. Actually, you know what? The single worst thing that I've seen, and I've seen it time and time again, is telling the experts how to do their role, how to do their job. Be that the product owner or product manager, and telling them how to manage that product. Or the developers. Nobody tells the Scrum Master what to do because they don't really know what we do for a living. But in turning around and telling those people what to do, you're committing countless sins. Number one, you're not trusting them to do their job. And if you don't trust them, why are they there? Can you imagine turning around to somebody and saying, I don't trust you to do this? What's that going to do to that person? Are they going to have a fire lit under them? Are they going to be passionate about delivering whatever it is they're involved in? Or are they going to think of a 2-word response that shouldn't be repeated in front of your mother? It's not going to work. Okay? But also, not only are you demonstrating that you don't really trust their abilities to do their role, okay, you are saying that you are more capable of it. And that's likely to be untrue. When you're working on a product, it takes time. You've got to get into the detail. You've got to understand what makes it tick, what makes the people who are after this thing tick. Why do they want it? What do they actually want? And particularly as the developers, how are we going to solve it? And that all takes time. What do we currently have? Where is it? Where's it going next? Maybe what technologies are involved in it? All of these questions are vital to the success. So you've got to understand them. Not only know the answers, but understand why those are the answers. And that stuff takes time. It takes expertise. And for somebody to tell you how to solve that problem, they would need to understand the answers to all those questions. They would need to have been in that team creating the product. So if they're a product management folk, they've got to understand all of the conversations that have been around that product. Why are we doing this over that? Why these customers, not those customers? Why that value proposition, not this value proposition? What's that job for? Why are they doing this? All of these questions that actually you've just absorbed through your day-to-day work. You've just got the answers to them, stuck in your head somewhere because you've been embedded in that conversation all of the time. Your thought is about creating a great product for those people. It doesn't matter product owner or developer where you're sat. You've been in relevant conversations. Obviously, there are some conversations developers are less likely to be in, and same for product managers, product owners. But anybody who's telling you what to do is very unlikely to have been in them. So what are they telling you from? What's the position from which they are telling you how to do your job? It's one with less knowledge. It's one with less understanding. And therefore, a higher likelihood of asking you to do the wrong thing, telling you to do the wrong thing. So not only do we have a problem of trust or lack thereof, but if somebody's telling the team how to solve the problem, it's likely the wrong answer. They're likely telling them the wrong solution. One biased on their own opinions, which, to be fair, the product owners and the developers will also have, but they're at least more grounded in the realities of the problem space. So what we need to do is work with people who want to tell people what to do. And they want to turn up and say, you need to build this feature, you need to do it this way. And help them understand that they have expertise, and that expertise could be vital. But that expertise isn't in this problem space. So we need to find a way to be able to call on those, get them to join in at the right times, in the right ways. And for me, one of the best uses of those often highly experienced practitioners is as mentors, as guides, not as managers, not as people who tell you what to do, but people who help you explore the space so that you make better decisions going forwards. a community of practice. One of the things that always jumps to mind when I'm talking about this topic are the architects. Very often there are a group of people, smart people, doing an important job, who are telling teams how to do their job. And the team are sat there at the coalface looking at it going, that doesn't work. And there's just no way that's going to work. So they're left with a choice. Do the thing they know that doesn't work, or get told off for doing the thing that does work, but isn't following the architectural guidelines. I want to change that conversation. That's really what this whole thing is about. I want to change that conversation, wherever it happens, in whatever context. Instead of do the right thing and get shouted at, or do the wrong thing and build a bad product, how about do the right thing and go and talk to those people, that architecture team, that UX team, whoever it is, okay, and explain why and seek their guidance. Is there a better way we could do it or could have done it if we've already completed it? Okay. Involve them in the conversation, but don't give them the decision. Say, you give us advice, you explain to us, and if we really need to, maybe you join our team to help create that knowledge within our team, embed it, help us learn, and that way we can be better. So if you truly want to wreck your product development team, start telling them how to do their job. Because not only are you going to be telling them the wrong thing, you're going to be signaling that you don't really trust them and their capabilities. And you will be left with the people who you probably didn't want. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.